This is Time Signatures with Jim Ervin, a podcast and radio program presented by the Capital Area Blues Society in Lansing, Michigan.
Driving up and down these Michigan roads, yeah.
And now, here he is, your host, Jim Ervin.
Well, thank you so much, Parker, and welcome to this very special mini episode of Time Signatures. I'm your host, Jim Ervin, and as we roll into Season 4 in January, I wanted to take just a moment to firstly say thank you to everyone who has subscribed, watched, listened, and followed. This truly has been a labor of love for me since we first launched this program nearly 2 years ago. And just so there's no confusion, our seasons run about 6 months and roughly 20 episodes, so that's why we are headed into Season 4. Now, you're going to notice the backdrop of this program is fresh and new with some additions, and that's why I'm recording this mini episode today. I'm pleased to welcome a few new reverse sponsorships. What's a reverse sponsorship, you say? You've never heard of one? I'd be happy to explain. You see, when I began my journey into Time Signatures with Jim Ervin, I was looking for a way to give back. What began as a mission, which had just a few 501c3s that I could get behind, has now developed into just a little bit more than that. So let's talk about who we have here with us now. LCC Connect, of course, is where Time Signatures began. My producer works for Lansing Community College in Lansing, Michigan, and their radio station, WLNZ. This is where you can hear episodes of Time Signatures, one of 30 such programs featured on the LCC Connect page. Now, you won't hear any of the exclusive content or the promotional content episodes that we air here, but our regular episodes are housed at lcc.edu/connect. Go check them out if you would. The Capital Area Blues Society, or CABS, is my home blues group based in Lansing, Michigan. Time Signatures is presented by CABS, and although I am a board member of this organization, they certainly did not have to back this venture, but they did so willingly. And I owe a great debt of gratitude to each and every member of the board of this incredible blues society. The Killer Blues Headstone Project is one of the most incredibly worthy nonprofits that I've had the privilege of working with to date. Founder Stephen Salter seeks out unmarked graves of blues musicians and provides headstones for them. I can't say enough about Steve and his organization, and to date, he has directly been responsible for purchasing 171 headstones in 16 states. And Steve said he has identified at least 25 more that he will endeavor to get marked going into 2025. Next up is the Keeping the Blues Alive Foundation, one of our newest members. This is Joe Bonamassa' foundation, and as you recall, we interviewed him earlier this year. But these folks are dedicated to doing just that, keeping the blues alive. The KTBA record label has helped the likes of Larry McRae, Joanna Connor, and many others relaunch their careers, but this is just the start. Their Fueling Musicians program sent $1,500 checks to hundreds of struggling musicians during COVID. They support music in the schools, and they're also involved in project funding. They do so much more, and I'm honored to welcome this very worthwhile organization to our backdrop, and I applaud Joe and his amazing team for all the good that they do. Another great foundation in addition to the backdrop is the National Women in Blues, a nonprofit that supports, edifies, mentors, and promotes female blues artists. They promote many fantastic events during the year, including the annual Women in Blues Showcase held annually at the IBC in Memphis, other locally presented Women in Blues Showcase events, the Ballroom Blues Fest, annual Women's History Month programs, and so much more. It is an honor to welcome Michelle Seidman and the National Women in Blues, and I look forward to working with them going forward. In fact, I'm going to be emceeing a National Women in Blues showcase coming up February 7th at the Token Lounge in Westland, Michigan. Watch the CABS Time Signatures Facebook page for details, and please come out and join us, would you? The Blues Archive at the University of Mississippi is yet another worthwhile piece of our backdrop for Season 4. Celebrating their 40th year, the archive now hosts Time Signatures with Jim Ervin, and we are incredibly humbled and honored to be the only currently produced podcast living in that space. Once cataloging is complete, my blues photography collection will also be housed there. Yet another big honor. This archive began 40 plus years ago with a donation of about 10,000 pieces of vinyl and even some wax cylinders from the late B.B. King. So you can imagine how excited we are to be included in that amazing company. Finally, I am pleased to welcome the VFW National Home to our backdrop. I became affiliated with the National Home just over a year ago, and I have nothing but love and respect for what Executive Director Michael Wilson and his amazing team have done and continue to do to help serve our military veterans. Anybody who's a fan of this channel knows my love and respect for our men and women of the military, and I also dedicate 2 episodes per year to talk about things related to our vets. Now, if you look at the episode from November 11th, you'll also be able to see and hear more about what the National Home does and how they really do help veteran families. To Mike and his friends and his family and teammates, keep up the good work. So what do all these reverse sponsorships really mean? What do I plan to do with this going forward? Well, first and foremost, they are here because I believe in them. I believe in their programs, and each is worthy in their own right, but I want to help them any way I can. So here's my plan. Each month, I'm going to highlight one of these organizations and spend a moment talking about them. I will give you concise, thoughtful information, and if you're so inclined, I will provide a link so you can send a donation to one or all of them. It's your choice. There's no pressure, no hype, just a moment's worth of information so you can use that to make an informed decision. Each, by the way, are bona fide 501c3 organizations, so a donation to them is tax deductible. And so, my friends, here is to season 4 of Time Signatures with Jim Ervin. If you would be so kind, please consider sharing this mini episode with your friends and invite them to subscribe. I won't benefit one bit from your donations to these groups, and I don't need to, but I can tell you with all assurance that your donations will warm their heart and mine because it just feels good to do something for someone who's working so diligently to help others. Wouldn't you agree with me? Thank you all for listening. I appreciate your time. God bless. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. And we look forward to another great season of Time Signatures. So long.
This has been Time Signatures with Jim Ervin, presented by the Capital Area Blues Society in Lansing, Michigan. For more information on cabs, visit capitalareablues.org. You can find this episode and past episodes at lccconnect.org. The Time Signatures theme song, Michigan Roads, is used by permission and was written by Root Doctor, featuring Freddie Cunningham.
You know I'm trying, baby, driving up and down these Michigan roads, yeah.
Until next time, keep on keeping the blues alive.